Good morning, everyone. It is time for First Alert Weather Extra. Hope you're having a good start to your day. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Jill Gilardi here. Well, today is the start of a potential heat wave, and also the bigger story is how hot it's going to feel. Dangerous heat levels starting today, and then we have it intensifying a little more tomorrow. The heat peaking Thursday, starting to back off some Friday, but not a guarantee. And so we're going to have to deal with the heat index, how your body says it feels, 95 to 100 plus any one of these days. So today it starts most intense tomorrow and Thursday, and then we're probably in that more of that mid 90 degree range Friday with possible strong storms as change will be on the way. But yeah, this is going to impact your outdoor plans. You don't want to be doing anything strenuous during the hottest time of the day. You're going to have to, if you're outside, obviously have that water with you. You're going to have to replenish all that you sweat. A lot of sweating the next several days. Heat advisory has been issued for, you can see it on the screen. We have Hartford, we have Tolland, we have Windham counties. So that feel pretty rough, 95 to maybe as high as 105 degrees today through Thursday. So as you can see, the heat risk generally moderate. A few spots, a little touch of major. Then see how it gets a little hotter across our state tomorrow, the combination. So it's going to start to feel even, close to the 100-degree mark. And the worst of the heat is on Thursday. We're back to moderate for Friday. Saturday, there is going to be no impact from that heat. So, yeah, relief is going to be on the way. So all we need is a high of 90 plus 3 days in a row for a heat wave. So we could get up to 90 today, could start that heat wave. As we take a look at the feels like trend, the all-important numbers, the heat index, you can access it through the First Alert Weather app, by the way. We're going to feel in the 90s this afternoon, basically. Mid-90s inland, and that will continue through the early evening hours before backing off, and then along the shoreline feeling close to 90 degrees. Not as bad down towards the shoreline. All right, tomorrow, we start off with a little fog, and then we feel close to 100. There could be a passing shower or storm. That could help knock down the temperature briefly. And the feel tomorrow along the shoreline is a little toastier as well. We're getting into that low 90-degree range. So, yeah, it gets a little worse each day. In terms of our rain and storm chances, not going to see what we had yesterday, that's for sure. This afternoon, you see a few little blips of green here and there. An isolated thunderstorm or shower is going to be possible. A little stalled out boundary right there. And then look at for Wednesday afternoon. I'm getting ahead of myself. We have isolated showers and storms, part of the mix. And again on Thursday and potentially Friday, and those could be strong. The outlook for precipitation compared to average, a slight lean, wetter than average, 6 to 10 days, and then equal chances for either or. So not a big signal towards, crazy rain, but as we know, you can get localized issues, especially with the amount of moisture content we have, and we've seen that yesterday with the rain and the flooding. Gosh, New York City and then parts of New Jersey, a 1 in 1,000-year flood occurred. That just means the chance is like 0.001 of it happening at an actual spot on a map. In a year. So yeah, that's where you get the 1,000 part there. Not that it doesn't happen in 1,000 years, just the probability of it is just so low that it's pretty crazy. All right, highs and lows. Well, we're going to be above average today by about 4 degrees. Not bad. The lows is the part that really gets us because, we need the dew points to drop lower in order for us to get to 64. We have that chance, though, by the weekend. Now, the temperature outlook leaning above average for 6 to 10 days out and slightly higher chance of above average temps. Again, that's just if that air temperature is above, the 64 for a low or above the 86 for a high. All right, the tropics heating up. We could have Dexter forming. Either way, the low that is on the eastern side of Florida is going to be making its way westward over the Gulf, and there's indication either way, if it becomes a named storm, there could be flooding issues, a lot of heavy rainfall set for maybe Louisiana, the Gulf Coast region. So if you know anyone in that area, make sure that they're paying attention to the weather. If you're traveling, things like that, keep up with it. The chance of development over the next 7 days is 40%, but yesterday it was in the yellow, a low chance. Now we're into medium, and we're going in that direction. This is probably going to become something. But back here at home, no tropical systems, but feeling tropical outside, that's for sure. So highs in the low 90s the next 4 days, but the heat index, how it feels, will range from anywhere between 95 to 100, or maybe as high as 105 degrees. Daily storm chances, not washouts. And then once we get a front to move through Friday, oh, gosh, it's going to feel so much better, especially Sunday morning, the 65. Hey, that's the closest we're going to get to our normal low. And when we're 65 in the Hartford area, that means we'll probably have like 60 or close to 59, and interior portions of our state up north. But in terms of the muggies coming back, it's indicating that trend upwards again Sunday into Monday, and there we go with the rain and storm chances returning around that time frame as well. But the pick of the weekend is definitely Saturday. Sunday, the front part of the day looks better than perhaps later in the day where that storm chance starts to increase. And there's a look at the shoreline high temperatures. Mid-80s today, become upper 80s Wednesday through Friday, and then low 80s over the weekend. All right, that is your latest episode of First Alert Weather Extra. We're going to be back on tonight at 9:30, so be sure to tune in for any adjustments to the temperatures, see whether or not we got to 90 today, and also rain and storm chance updates to follow. All right, have a great rest of your day. Take care.